Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of How Did This Get Booked? I, of course, am your host, Jake Manning, and I'm a veteran of the professional wrestling business for over a decade, and I've held every single job except selling pop.
God damn it! You fucked up like 3 times. Like the first 2 I was letting go, and then that one you just can't say popcorn all of a sudden.
This is what...
You have to understand, well, now we live in a post-apocalyptic world. Popcorn is a novelty. It's something we don't even exist with anymore. So it's hard to remember.
But listen, popcorn is one of the few things that I have in my cupboard right now. So I might be living off popcorn and my credit card. So that may be where I'm at 3 weeks from now. I was trying really hard to nail that intro.
You fucked it all up.
I have fucked it up so many weeks in a row that the new bit on this show is me fucking up the intro week in and week out. Because this is a problem. Because I've said it now, over 100
times.
Over 100 times. And what ends up happening with my brain, time and time again, if I repeat something over and over again, my brain will get ahead of my mouth. My brain is always moving faster than my own mouth, and that has always been an issue and a problem of mine, and especially when I've done something so monotonous as giving the same exact intro every single time. And I can't...
I'm going to learn the intro and do it, but still say I'm Jake Manning.
Please.
And then also kick it to myself.
Because my mind is bored with saying it every single week, but I have to get it in every single week. You got to get your shit in, just like Shawn Michaels had the same comeback all the time, just like Bret Hart. You got to do it so many times just so you can get it over.
I understand.
Anyways, I've held every single job except selling popcorn. My name is Jake Manning, joined by my co-host Zane Riley.
Hey, how you doing? Zane Riley's here.
Who takes great pleasure and joy when I fuck up the intro. Now,
the only thing I had to look forward to is this show ending at 100. Well, and since it hasn't, now all I can look forward to is you fucking up the intro.
Oh, and just starting off on the bad foot right away.
Bad foot.
Bad foot right away. Zane.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
I'll see.
This is a dumb question.
This is
Happy Rex Manning Day, Jake Manning.
Is it Rex Manning Day?
It is Rex Manning Day.
Okay, well that's cool because I think I've told you before. I might have said it on this podcast before. My wrestling name was going to be Rex Manning.
Yeah.
That was going to be my plan. That's why I'm Jake Manning.
And it's Wednesday, which in the drinking days of Jake Manning, Wednesday was always Jake Manning Day.
Oh my God, you mean to tell me that Rex Manning Day, Jake Manning Day, lined up with the day that Steamers has half off quesadillas and half off craft beer?
Yep.
Are you telling me that there's a day where that all lines up? And A, I don't drink anymore. B, the Steamers is not open for service other than takeout. And 3, we're in a pandemic.
Yep.
4, I might not have enough money to even pay for that.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. That's what you're saying? Good.
Very good. Very cool.
As everybody knows, we're going to cover Wrestlemania 36. But
or maybe you don't. Like you might not.
I don't know. I don't know what you guys are doing. I don't know how many subscribers we got listening to this thing
I saw
anymore.
one comment about it, and then like Raider Rock commented something about it, but we're not friends, so I couldn't read his post.
Oh, you don't want to be friends with Raider
Rock.
Rock.
Definitely don't.
But no, we got a lot to. We have a 6-hour show to discuss, but
we're gonna do it in an hour.
Yeah, I'm letting you guys know in advance. We're gonna try and shotgun WrestleMania 36 as much as possible. Part of this is just me and Zane catching up. Mm-hmm. We do catch up about every other day because you are the sole proprietor of the
owner and operator
of Papa Riley's Pump House.
Yep, Papa Riley's Pump House, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Which I must say that the gains that I've been getting, bro. If you've been paying attention to my Instagram, thirst traps galore. Just thirst trap here.
This isn't to be confused with Caleb Conley's Curl Castle. This is Papa Riley's Pump House.
Yeah.
Don't let those imitators try to come in here with their one piece of equipment.
Caleb Conley's Curl Castle. It's very. Their hours are very odd, very weird, and
closed on weekends usually.
It's closed on weekends, and then it's gone. It's not open all this week.
Nope.
It's really hard to get into.
And not even because of the pandemic and how that's closing down gyms. Just because he's not here.
Yeah, he's just not here.
But don't worry, Papa Riley's Pump House, always open, always ready. You gotta be a little quiet about the neighbors. But other than that, they don't really care.
Oh, they were loud as shit last night.
Oh, then fuck them.
Yeah, they somebody was playing drums last night.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, actually, let me take that back. They were not playing drums. I believe they were playing like those gallon jugs, like you see like people on street corners.
They have a jug band going.
Yeah, they had a jug band going.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I heard last night. I was like, because I like had to stop and go, what the fuck is that sound? And I took my earbuds out and I'm like, they are fucking pounding on a 5-gallon drum right now. That is not a drum a drum kit that somebody would bang on. No. That is a 5-gallon drum that somebody's taking their hand and then beating on.
Brother had to work on his LP.
I don't know who's gonna walk by and toss him $5, but
knocked on the floor, tried to hand it up to a crack. Didn't work.
Also too, somebody's smoke alarm went off too as soon as I walked in.
Because brother was laying down some hot fire.
Yes, he was.
Yep,
absolutely was.
That's why.
But so these episodes are going to be more timely, like super timely. Like actually, this is going to be released tomorrow.
Yeah, the day after X-Manning Day.
Yeah, we are very much in a rush to get this out, so this may have came out a little bit late. So I do apologize for that. But we also threw a bit of a curveball. We were going to cover something else, but we kind of laid out the schedule for the last couple months because what else are we going to do? But we're going to try and do these a bit more current as opposed to doing 2 at a time because the world could change.
That's right. We had to get this in. We're doing this on the power of one of those wind-up hand batteries. That's the only way we can get all this podcast equipment to work.
Well, I mean, my recorder only runs on batteries. It doesn't have a DC plug-in, so I am bleeding through batteries. Batteries that could power a very nice flashlight that I have in my bug-out bag. But no, I'm just buying batteries to produce content.
No, we got content for you. God, I was going to try to work apocalypse and content together.
Are you fucking up something? Fucking up
no,
words
because
too?
I haven't said it over 100 times to work through the kinks.
If it's brand new to you, your mind should be excited about saying it.
When
have you sent apocalyptic? It been like applicable.
Yeah. Here it is. Welcome. Did it. Literally, I created Corona just for this situation, and I blew it.
Just for the situation. But how are you otherwise?
I'm good. I know that's real kind of fucking shitty to say. Sitting on the top of the mountain looking down at all my kingdom. I'm fine. Like, shit doesn't... I play baseball a whole bunch on PlayStation. Lego Zane Riley, if you guys want to play this show 20 with me.
Okay.
But just hanging out, man. Just hanging out so I can keep a gym open for you. And
I really needed it yesterday.
I was there for you.
I cannot describe to you the mental state that I was in, and I've been in some mental states recently.
Can't leave North Carolina, but I've been in some states.
I needed to hurt myself real bad, Daddy.
There you go.
I needed to hurt myself.
I bought a new rope lat pull down attachment. It's in the car. I'll have it it'll be in the palace. You don't have to use my handmade rope, my homemade rope.
I was fine with that. I make do.
I'd say what I pride the Pump Palace on is whenever people come work out there, I like to just use that money they give me and get new equipment.
Mm-hmm. Which as soon as I in an update from our prior conversation. I may have found something in the unemployment website that was incorrect.
Oh, that you're fucking up, and that's what was...
No. They changed something. And they kept listing my income as 0.
Oh.
And that is incorrect. So
okay.
I put in a petition to appeal that. And I think now that I have listed my wages, they're like, oh, you have paid into the system, sir.
Least we can do is give you a couple weeks of rations.
Yeah, we can give you some rations. So I'm going to see if that happens, but I just looked into that. So if that comes through and I can secure some sort of chance I'm going to get any type of money, then I will donate most certainly to the Pump House. It is on the docket. I have a dollar amount in my mind, and I will...
I'll make sure it goes straight into...
I will put it in an envelope and then slide it right over to you.
I'm opening up a new wing at the Pump Palace. It's going to be more of a stretch and cardio area, maybe a little bit of abs. I don't know.
I noticed you were cleaning up that area.
Yeah, going to add a little bit more room.
Okay.
Guys, we really have nothing to talk about on WrestleMania 36. We're really just stretching it thin, guys. Stretching it thin. Because it's going to be a whole lot. That's cool, man. It was good. Well, it's real weird. They grown a lot.
We'll get into it here in a second because one of the things, the thing that I got the most feedback on our last episode, what did we even discuss? WrestleMania 7.
Okay.
Nobody talked about like what we felt about the show.
Yeah.
I got quite a bit of feedback from people, saying, Jake, it's okay. It's all right. Like it's been a lot of feedback like that, and a lot of people that listened. I had a lot of people reach out and email me, and I appreciate all that, but I must let all of you know that I have come to the conclusion I've done some very deep thought in some very dark moments in my life, and I appreciate every one of you reaching out and trying to give me some love. But let me give you a little piece of advice of who I am.
Oh no!
Buckle up, Zane Riley.
Oh man!
This is some moment of clarity. I have come to the conclusion that I, as a person, I am a well. In the sense that when you walk up to a well, you drop the bucket down, you scoop up water, and then with that water, you can clean your clothes, you can sanitize things, you can cook, it gives you life, it gives you all types of things. You can dip your bucket in and pull it up, and that's what you do for me. I am the well. I am the well that you bring your bucket over to and scoop up and get whatever you want, and hopefully whatever you get from my comedy, my wrestling, or what I used to do, comedy, wrestling, podcasting now currently, whatever it is, jokes, anything, you can come to me as a friend on a personal level. You can come to me and I can give you life. I can give you things that make your life better. But if you're like, you know what, that well's been good to me, I'm going to do something nice for that well. This well has provided us an opportunity to make some food, so I will drop food in that well. Why the fuck would you drop food in the well? That doesn't do anything. Where it's like, well, this water gives us water. Let's put some more water in. I'm all fucking well. I got water. So what I'm saying is, your return of the love that I give you is just met with empty space. There's nothing there.
I mean, you could have just not said that at all to the people that are like, I want to forget about myself. I want to tell Jake he's doing great. Oh wait, I listen to this podcast. But Jake doesn't give a fuck.
But all I ask is you should respect the fact that I'm a well. That I am a well.
I was hoping that you were going to go, all I ask is you leave a 5-star review on Stitcher Pre.
Oh,
I thought that was your segue.
No, I got a different segue.
Oh, good.
For that. But no, all I ask is you understand that relationship, that I am here for you, but there's nothing that I feel in return. Just remember that. Remember Jack Nicholson? Jack Nicholson. Nicholson?
I mean, you mean the guy that played the Joker?
Yes.
Jack Nicholson. Yep.
Listen.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which is
very Jack Popcorn Nicholson.
Jack,
sometimes it's a tough name for me to say. It's a tough name for me to say. In 5 Easy Pieces, he's playing this really wonderful, beautiful piece, and it's emotionally moving. And this lady goes, "Oh my gosh, how emotionally moved are you by playing that?" And he looked right at her and goes, "I felt nothing." That's how I am. I feel nothing. I'm dead inside, is what I'm saying, folks.
Yeah.
I do appreciate everybody reaching out. But it's just best that you recognize that I'm the well, and I'm here for you, and it makes me feel good. Mm-hmm. The well feels good that it's needed, it's used, it's wanted.
So what you're saying is if they want to make you feel good, they just need to come and take something from you.
Yes. And the world has done a fantastic job of that, because so much has been taken from me recently. But what people have tried to do is give us some 5-star reviews, which I do appreciate. That may be the few things that's one of the few things you can't throw down the well.
5-star reviews?
5-star reviews.
What could really do good for this well is if you rated this well on Yelp.
Because the 5-star review is putting a new rope on the well, or put a little crank on it, or a little
reshingling it, depending how old this well is.
That's basically what the 5-star review is. And we've got actually somebody sitting on top of the poll. Stitcher, it's still Keaton's. Keaton's is still up top there. Somebody did reach out. Don said he just left a review. That was earlier today. I didn't have time to check. So.
Our producer, Don?
No, Don's not listening to this. All right? The guy that gets paid to work on the show, not even listening right now, folks.
He's not a well.
Yeah, well, he's definitely taking from the well. He's definitely taking something from me.
He's not a well.
Yeah, he's taking money from me for my podcast. Yeah. And got the last week's episode up a little late, and I apologize about that one. And he's probably going to get this one up late, so I apologize about that one.
This one.
And this one. But Apple Podcasts, Smalls 704. You're no longer sitting on top of the poll.
Get your little ass down.
Yes, who is sitting on top of the poll is Platitude.
That's not a new one, is it? We've had them before. This name sounds familiar.
Platitude, but it's definitely a new one.
But they have reviewed us before.
Possibly.
Okay, go ahead.
Possibly, but this is definitely a new review.
Okay.
Because this is the review. And this is to let you guys know how easy it is just to leave a review. It doesn't have to be very long. It can be one whole sentence, and that's all it needs to be. There's definitely time for that right now, and I really appreciate you guys leaving just a review of any sorts.
Leaving me alone.
Please, if there's anything you can do, like just do that, because it gets more eyeballs on this podcast, and I feel less like a loser. All right, like make me be the good well in the neighborhood. Don't make me be the shitty fucking well that you pull from. Okay?
Well, we don't go to that well anymore.
No, we don't go. No, I go. I'm not.
We've gone to that well one too many times.
I'm not the Eastland Mall of wells. Okay,
what a dated and location specific. Wow.
Yes,
that is a very good. That's a good call. Here you go.
That's a good one. It's the small 704 definitely got that one, because that's area code of Charlotte.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but this is what Platitude left as a review, and this is all you need to do, and this kind of dovetails back into what you can return to the well. Platitude left a review that said, "We're here for you, big guy. You got this." So you don't even need to leave a review. You can give me encouragement.
Yeah. Jake, how'd that encouragement make you feel?
Made me feel nothing. It made me feel nothing. But I'll tell you what, that 5-star review made me feel fucking fantastic. That's what you can do, is leave a 5-star review if you want to give back to the well that has given you so much. That's all I have. So go do that. I appreciate the emails. Big Bob did reach out. Big Bob's an awesome dude, and I do appreciate that. And I miss that I didn't get to see him at Revolver recently. So, but one thing.
Know what I didn't miss.
And when you suggested this, I was like, yep, we have to do this.
Yeah.
But then I misread your suggestion in that we were going to do a 2-part of this.
Yep.
But I'm like, nope, you've already dragged me down too far.
All or nothing, motherfucker.
We are 17 minutes into this episode.
That's it? Oh, God.
But we are going to run through
Sprint.
WrestleMania 36. Now, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to do review shows, but you guys are fans of How Did This Get Booked? And it is very timely and very accurate that we are discussing this particular WrestleMania. So it just fits that we do it. It fits that we discuss it. And we're going to try and get through this as accurately, as precisely as possible, and not meander on too long unless there's some really cool side bits that we can do.
Yeah.
But we're going to discuss this as accurately possible.
You've really gotten all of your entertainment out of us that you're going to get.
You've got some of the best quality content earlier in the
your first 17 minutes is going to make up for this next 45 tops.
Because I only have a few things. But I'm not going to give any particulars. I'm going to be very Bob Uecker on this one. All right.
What, are you going to fucking tell them how many people were in attendance?
Yeah, and where it took fucking
Everyone knows.
Everyone fucking knows the particulars of this fucking show. That is the particulars of the fucking show.
About it.
Listen, fucking, I'm Bob Uecker on it.
Yeah,
I can't find it. God damn it. Who gives a shit? Like,
you can't say shit on the radio.
Nobody's listening anyways. WrestleMania 36. It happened.
Bob Uecker Hall of Famer, WWE Hall of Famer. Bob Uecker.
That's right.
Full circle.
So I fucking this whole thing starts off with a quick message from Stephanie.
Oh, did it happen night 1? I know it happened night 2.
It happened night 1.
Okay.
Yes. Also keep in mind, did not see the pre-show of either night.
Okay.
So
I did watch the pre-show. There was only one match on the pre-show the first night.
Well, yeah, there was like
it was Cesaro and Gulak, which is one of the matches I was the most excited about, just because I love them both so much, and they're letting like Gulak and Daniel Bryan be a little bit more of their mat wrestling technical skill. They're putting that out there in the kind of the forefront, and so you think Cesaro and Drew Gulak is going to be this amazing match of that. They're really going to let them shine because who the fuck's going to shit on it? There's no one in the crowd. They go 4 fucking minutes, and that is all. And I was so disappointed over being so excited about it.
Yeah.
There you go. That was the pre-show.
Okay, and then I guess night 2 they had Liv Morgan and
I didn't see that.
Daddy Knife. I didn't see it either. We watched 6 hours of this.
Yeah.
Love all 4 of those people.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch it yourself. Do yourself some justice. So, but the intro message.
This. Oh wait, we're still talking about Stephanie McMahon, right?
It's the same message both nights.
Okay. I saw it on the second night. So okay.
But it's the same message both nights. That she's just wearing a different outfit.
No, great.
I think she's wearing a different outfit. I think she changed clothes.
Who cares?
Who cares? Let's just. What are your thoughts on this?
I did not give a shit. My thought was that, like, we all know why we're here and what is the case of it. Do we really need a disclaimer to say, hey, guys, I know you've been beaten over the head with this coronavirus stuff, but let me tell you about the coronavirus.
Yeah.
And how it's affecting us.
I'm okay with it, but I would have been far more pleased. And I thought it was a little odd that you had Stephanie do this. Because goddamn, I would have loved to see Vince McMahon do
fuck
this.
yeah. That would have been...
And Vince McMahon being all the way at 100.
Yeah, all the shoulders and the arms.
Oh, not even like that. Like, no, like him bearing his soul and who he actually is. Not a cartoon character of Vince
Chris
McMahon.
Benoit's dead, Vince McMahon.
Oh no, I want the real goddamn Vince McMahon that says, I'll let you know why we're doing this fucking show.
Oh, okay.
The reason why we're fucking doing this show because they told me fucking no. Everybody on their fucking planet doesn't want me to do it. I wanted a guy who got leukemia to show up and win my fucking title because I'm goddamn Vince McMahon. The only reason why this fucking show has happened, wanna know why? Because of fucking money. No, it's not because of the sponsors' money, because of my goddamn money. I'll do whatever the fuck I want, and the fact that you guys think I'm more ridiculous and more crazy for doing it makes me want to do it fucking more. That's the Vince McMahon I wanted on the intro.
Yeah.
And just be all the way live and 100. That's what I wanted. Instead of Stephanie giving us the political answer, which probably
better call.
Somebody stepped in.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Vince is over there. Like
he was going over it. He was like, "I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say fuck you."
Yeah, I'm gonna tell everybody to suck my fucking dick. I'm gonna I'm gonna tell the CDC to fucking suck my dick too. Like he is.
I'm gonna go, Donald Trump. I voted for you.
I funded your goddamn campaign. My wife is on the small business fucking affairs cabinet, and you can't give me this one fucking option to run a stadium with 80,000 fucking people in the middle of a pandemic. What kind of fucking bullshit is this?
But if this was at fucking Trump Tower, fucking Caesar Palace, fuck you.
If I would have put a fucking deposit down on Caesar's fucking Palace in Trump Plaza, I would be running my goddamn show right now. That's what I fucking know. That's the Vince McMahon I wanted.
Enjoy WrestleMania. Or don't. Fuck you.
I got your goddamn money. It was taken out of your account via a subscription service. Fucking bitches. You can tell he is walking back and forth behind the camera as Stephanie is cutting this very political intro. So
you didn't even say fuck you to anybody.
You didn't say fucking tell him to suck your fucking dick. You're a goddamn McMahon. So what we got is what we got. Then we get into like a montage of America the Beautiful,
which was cool.
But also too, it was a little weird for me when they brought up Little Richard because I just heard the Little Richard Disgraceland episode. Oh yeah, he's a
braved individual.
He's a sexual deviant, but at the same time too. Little Richard is also a man.
So he fit right in with the WWE.
It fit right in with the WWE and also myself. I saw a lot of myself in Little Richard too.
We talk about that off the air if you don't mind.
We will most certainly talk about that off the air.
I'll take my answer off the air, please.
I'll take my answer off air. I get it.
I did dig the clip show.
It felt good.
And it made sense. Like what were they gonna do?
Yeah, what are they gonna do? But they're definitely gonna do this pirate theme thing.
Fuck yeah! This is my favorite part of night one. I have no qualms in saying that, and I'm 100% serious.
Well, they did it again night two, so it doesn't make a difference. So
I didn't watch the beginning of it.
Well, and then of course they kick right into AC/DC, which there is a video editor at like Titan Towers who is just like, fuck. Do I have to fucking make another video montage with AC fucking DC in the year 2000 whatever. Like, seriously, how many
half
fucking
those guys are dead.
half those fucking songs have already been used by us. And like, you will hear this song on classic rock radio fucking at least 3 times today. And the only reason that classic rock radio even exists today is so grown men don't have to talk to each other on a car ride. Like, that is just, why the fuck are we using this music? Couldn't we get a good crossfade song?
That guy from Trapped is going crazy on Twitter right now. But we probably could have used something by him.
Something.
Salient Ant Farm up too.
But then we go into Gronk's intro, which
fucking Gronk.
Fuck it. Here's okay, and I'm gonna say this right now. Gronk will appear later in both nights, but I'm gonna say this about fucking Gronk right here, right now. This is what annoys me about professional athletes or celebrities who are big fans of professional wrestling. And in their mind, they have an idea of what professional wrestling is because they saw it in the 80s or they've seen YouTube clips of it, and then it gets mashed up in their minds. They're concussed gray matter minds, or their delusional minds, and they just mash it all together and they just shake it out, and it is the most good brotherish, ridiculous, gimmicky, fucking bullshitty thing, and I think that's what we are.
Yeah,
is these fucking just ridiculous, over the top monsters when there's no nuance to anything we do, and that you do it in such a way like all pro wrestlers do is they just scream. in their promos, they have a lot of energy. They wear like fuchsia,
stupid Zubaz
suits, and fucking sunglasses. And then we have motherfuckers that dress like that and perpetuate that fucking stereotype. When other people are trying to push forward the art, do something a little bit different, be a bit more nuanced, and you're like, nah, man, I just want you to scream in a fucking microphone while you got leopard print on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, and they think that's what pro wrestling is, and they're just like. And then he goes, this is what I want to do. Every fucking ridiculous fucking thing about pro wrestling that is wrong. And they're like, yeah, go do that, Gronk. Yeah, go.
Well, they don't really help the fact when they follow him right up with Mojo Rawley, who is basically the epitome of that character.
It just has some training that could just raise his hand and be like, hey, I don't want to do that.
And the thing is, like, I thought up until this point, he had been heel. I don't know if it's one of those, like, he just came, like, since Gronk is here and they had that thing at Mania where that security guard totally bitched down Gronk when he had a run-in. Not to backtrack any couple of years. But I guess they just kind of switched him when this happened. Or maybe, I don't know if they knew that this was a thing and they were like, oh shit, he's coming, so now we just have to pretend like he was never a heel. I have no clue.
I think they brought him back and he was babyface because they knew he was coming in. I think that somebody was telling me that the reintroduction of Mojo was a clear sign that Gronk was going to sign. Gotcha. And like 2 weeks later, Gronk signed.
Okay. I do not watch the product.
This is the most I have seen of the product since the last WrestleMania. The 6 hours that I watch WrestleMania every year is the 6 hours. Like, there'll be 8 hours of pro wrestling that I'll watch a year.
Yeah. And they all happen on the same day.
WWE wrestling, that is. I see other types of wrestling, but the 8 hours of wrestling that I watch, 6 of that is usually WrestleMania. Other stuff, other promotions, a bit more interested in, but that's just me. To each his own.
Not to say that the WWE isn't good, wholesome entertainment, just not ours.
Match number 1. I'm gonna move right on. I'm not gonna comment on that because we haven't even got to match number 1. We're half an hour in.
We're almost done though.
Almost done. Match number 1: Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross taking on the Kabuki Warriors, and I feel bad.
Oh.
I do. I feel bad that this is happening in the Performance Center.
Because this match was so goddamn good?
Yeah, it is good. I like it, and they're playing very big because they're doing the thing where it's super quiet and you try and put as much energy into it to get the people interested, but there's no people to do that, so it's very counterproductive, but at the same time, I appreciate that there's some veracity to that, and I dig that, but I feel bad for Nikki Cross because I just keep thinking, like, she wrestled at the CWF Arena in Burlington, North Carolina, and she was supposed to come out at WrestleMania in front of 80,000 people. Like, it just, like, other people have done that before, and other people have seen examples of that before. But I was there for when she did that, and then her going to go do this, like, would have been.
And surprisingly, there's somehow less people at WrestleMania.
I know, right? It's almost like a lateral move now.
Yeah,
almost. It's very weird, but this is the first exposure that I got to seeing WWE's version of the empty arena stuff. Like, I saw a little bit of the AEW stuff, but I never watched like a full empty arena match of the stuff that's been coming out recently. And boy, making sure that they can't hear you calling your spots, big fucking issue.
Yeah.
Also,
and you think they pre-tape everything. You would think they wouldn't need to call their spots. They could just segment it up.
Yeah, like you,
because they do such hard camera like switches on certain parts that you could just
take an edit point, start over again.
Exactly.
And that's what I would tell as a director. I'm like, hey, if you fuck something up, just go do it right. Go right back into it. Go back to the spot you were. Go right back into it. It makes no difference. There is no crowd here. We can do whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And you give the best quality product possible. Also, you could set up things where like they run into the camera to make it feel a bit more real, like it's coming into your living room. I don't know if that was intentional, but I hope it was. Just kind of feel. They did some stuff with the cameramen throughout WrestleMania, like knocking over a cameraman or them going right into a cameraman. It felt like they're coming into your homes. So I really hope that was intentional to make it feel like we're jumping more into your house and connecting with people that way. That's interesting. Also, something that's very important is the referee is extremely important. Like in this match, they're almost like filling in for what the crowd is, the reaction to everything. I think this referee did an okay job. Jessie Carr in the next match, I think she did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
She made that match.
Yeah, well, because they sure did.
Yeah, like anytime they had a good referee in there doing something to that level, it was very noticeable, and I think that made the match better. This was a prime example of what a good referee can do to enhance a match, and without a crowd, it is very evident how good some of these referees are, and because they're basically the barometer of what's going on and the drama.
The only reaction to situations.
The only reaction to situations. So the referee is far more important in these empty arena matches. But what are your thoughts on this match?
I loved it. This is probably match-wise probably one of my favorites. My favorite part of it all was just how big Asuka was the entire time, especially when they do shit to the outside, and Asuka is like screaming whatever it is she is saying in Japanese to the non-existent crowd, and like her and is it Kiri Sane? Is that her partner?
It's definitely saying Kara Sane.
Kira, whatever. I always get her and the other girl fucked up. But those two just screaming to no one in the crowd, just so big and over the top, and like it's my favorite part of all of it. And like building up to this, Asuka had a lot of good stuff to this moment. As far as like other night shows like Mondays and whatnot. But yeah, I love this match. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I think some people are like, oh, them reacting to them, there's no crowd there. I'm like, you got to fill up the room with some energy.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's important. Like in an open mic where nobody's paying attention, it's important to hit that energy. And even though nobody's reacting to it, that person in the back of the room who's watching this person who's acting like a fucking madman in front of nobody reacting or in front of an empty room, that person watching the back, it makes a difference. And I think the people watching at home, it's appreciated. I do have to bring out a commentary note when Nikki got really excited during the comeback and unzipped her top,
took her tits out.
Yeah.
The highlight, you mean?
Well, I love Michael Cole's reaction to it.
Yes.
Which was, to each her own.
Cool Mike.
Dynamite drop-in.
Correspondence class is really paying off for you.
Thank you. We're going to get all Major League references in this podcast.
I believe that the worst part of this entire WrestleMania on both nights was commentary. Because at some points, it's downright atrocious.
It's got to be tough, without an audience and to lead the story. I liked when Michael Cole and JBL were together. Those
Corey Graves was with somebody. That I didn't know, like especially on the pre-show, and like it was god awful. And
Saxton and Phillips are they're so polished.
Yeah,
that it just I needed somebody who was a little rough around the edges to give me some sort of personality. When it's too flashy, it becomes just as flashy as the background. But that's always my problem with WWE anyways, is you got to have a little bit of personality. Like Jerry the King Lawler, like, we don't know what this guy's going to say. Is he going to go into Jerry the King Lawler attitude era, or are we going to get heel Lawler? Puppies or what? Yeah, we don't know what this man is going to say at his late state of the game. Like, that's what I like about Jerry Lawler's commentary. That's what I like about Jim Ross. We don't know if we're going to get a cantankerous son of a bitch on a live microphone. Same with Tony Schiavone. That's what I like about him. Kind of JBL. What is he going to do? Is he going to say something extremely fucking racist?
Is he going to goose step around there?
Is he going to do something homophobic? I don't know. I'm very concerned. Michael Cole, we know something dark's behind those eyes, my friend. You can't.
He's seen some shit.
He's seen some shit, and it was probably done to him. Probably done to him by Heidenreich.
He's covered some shit up. Too, for some people. Corey Graves, man, is just like he is like a guy that loved Heenan and Lawler, and is like, I'm just going to do my impression of them, and it just comes off as just not authentic at all. It's just real like irksome, and he's good in a 3-piece, but he is not a 2-man guy, I don't think.
Okay.
Ugh, not a fan.
It's tough anyways, and like I said, I don't like when things are too polished. Like I like a little danger in pro wrestling. Yeah,
I like my JBLs where my JBLs go.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I like my JBLs.
I'm not saying you should say homophobic stuff.
I'm not saying that.
But if you do, let it be JBL that does it.
Let it be somebody who's speaking their truth. That's all I ever ask.
Let it be a Republican that's on some of the news channels sometimes.
Let's let it come from a credible source who means what he says.
I was just saying, just have convictions, guys.
Yeah, just speak your truth, my friend. Speak your truth, my friend. You know. Speaking of speaking your truth, we get Sami Zayn dressed as Castro.
Yeah. Newest member of the Revolt.
Yeah. So here. Yeah. So here. We got a promo. He's fantastic. He's great. But we got to get to match number 2.
We don't really have to.
No, we got to. We got to cover it. We've already covered half of it already. What I was going to say about it. King Corbin versus Elias. Elias was thrown off the balcony, which people shit on that, but I fucking like it. If you're gonna have closed set stuff, you might as well do extravagant stunts. And even though that it's cheesy, fine. It's something fucking different. I appreciated the balcony fucking toss off. Good. Fine. But he no-sold the fucking thing and just came out and had a regular ass fucking match.
Yeah, like there was no. That was what I didn't like about it. There was just no down in. And I also don't like Corbin as a promo guy. It's not that he can't cut a promo or like can't speak well. It's just his voice doesn't match his body and like what it is. Like he just has this normal higher-ish pitch voice. It's not deep. He's not loud overly. So I just feel like what his character is and what he does in the ring is night and day different from the voice in which he talks about the things he's about to do in that ring. Just never like his promos.
But I like the fact that he likes being a heel.
Yeah, and I've heard nothing but super nice things about him.
He wants to be a heel that nobody likes, and I appreciate the fuck out of that. Like, all these guys want to be heels, but want to be cool heels. And that's at every fucking level, top to fucking bottom. They just want to be cool heels and sell a t-shirt. This motherfucker does not want to receive a merchandise check. I think Baron Corbin is trying to have the lowest merchandise check possible on the roster. I firmly believe that. And I appreciate his commitment to that character.
But yeah, like you said, Jesse Carr highlighted this match.
Fucking hands down. Made this whole goddamn match and was perfect. And just
her retorts and when he'd get in her face, the way she would talk back to him and up in his face and looking up at him and fuck you kind of way.
Put the fucking drama. Yeah. Great. Fantastic job. Need more of her.
If this was the Indies, she would have slapped him and gave him a stunner.
Fucking right, she would have. She would have.
There would have been a push moment. She'd pushed him down on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Fuck, I'll do that with her as soon as she gets fired.
Yeah, can't wait.
I can't wait.
hope I don't ever get to, but when you do,
that you're gonna
come here.
We're gonna do the push spot, and we're gonna not call it until it happens.
Yeah,
we're gonna do it.
You'll know. I'll give you this look.
You fucking give me a push, and we're gonna do it. You know, and then give me a stunner.
Boom.
Bye. And then
I'm gonna back bump. I'm gonna sell it to my feet. Give you the hand. Go back down to my face.
That's okay. I'm gonna do the most ridiculous one ever. So, match was okay. Was what it was.
Yeah.
Like the finish.
Yeah.
You know, pretty old school southerny type finish. Fine with it.
Yeah.
Good with it. Cool. Great. Nothing else to say about it. Becky versus Shayna. We get the video package. Becky rolls up in a big truck.
Yeah. Like you do.
Which would have loved to seen her just walk all the way and make her entrance there. That would have been kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get we're doing segments and I get, have the option to know we did
it. That building's not really connected to this building.
Yeah, that was a different location.
Yeah.
Because we're distancing. There was another match going on. That was a second unit filming thing. Yeah. Whatever.
They're going long. Let's kill some time and let's get this opening done.
Let's get it going. Match number 3, Shayna Baszler versus Becky Lynch. Title match intro's super fucking weird.
Yeah.
Super fucking weird. That could have gone without to me. Like that just, I know it's like, it makes it official, but at the same time too, it is super fucking weird.
Yeah.
Love the start of this match. Them just fucking flinging at each other. Loved it. Fucking great. Yeah, it just was what it was. There was a lot of so about Becky going over on Twitter. Like
it
people,
was my issue with that. Like she didn't have to lose like that. It could have just not had a finish. More so, it could have been more of a fuck.
Yeah,
because like the last pay-per-view, like the Elimination Chamber stuff, like Shayna's like tapping out everybody.
Oh, that promo package of her from the Elimination Chamber made me want to watch Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, that was the better of the Elimination Chambers matches. But like, she does all of that build in that one match just to come here and like just lose. Like, I know she had her in the move and then did the little back roll deal, right? And that's what the pin was. That's a down the line loss. That's the first one. Won't give it like maybe.
I don't know. I think it's a first. I think it's a good first loss, but at the same time too, I don't know if she should have lost. I don't know. I think Becky should have won. I don't know. I think we could have thought. I wish we could have thought about that a little bit longer. Yeah. I really wish we would have, because I think you've got like a fucking star in Shayna, and you have a fucking bona fide star in Becky, and this is most certainly not the end of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I appreciate, and that's what I think too, is there's with Rhea Ripley, there was that discussion like, why can't we just put over Rhea? And why can't we put over Shayna? Well, losing kind of builds character, and if Shayna's never gotten a victory over Becky, or if Rhea never gets that victory over Charlotte, there's that sense of, especially Rhea, if it's like all of a sudden, like Rhea works her way up to the main roster. She wins the female title. Charlotte comes over, challenger, taking the belt from her, and then you get to this third match where Charlotte cutting this promo like, I've taken everything from you. I've taken every single belt from you. What makes you think you could possibly ever beat me? So that way, when that victory does come, it means something. And that maybe it's something like that with Shayna, like down the line of every opportunity. Maybe she loses every title match, but then she gets it. And that's the thing. That's another issue with WWE. They'll set up these things of like, oh, this person's always lost, this person always lost, oh, this is the time to pay it off, and like, no, we're not going to do that.
She just lost.
No, she just lost.
She lost to get on Monday night.
We have Bray Wyatt
on Sunday.
Every time Bray Wyatt comes in the pay-per-view always loses. That's what we do. That's what we do with Bray Wyatt. We make him lose on pay-per-view. Duh. If it's Mickie James and we're in Richmond, she loses every fucking time. Not only that, we humiliate her.
Yep.
So
here's a piggy.
Here you go. But yeah, I think we feel the same way about that one. But let's see. The next match number 4, Daniel Bryan versus Sami Zayn, IC title match.
This is another one that I was mega excited about, and just kind of felt a little, like, especially with the opening of like, it just kind of took forever to get going, and like we never really bring Gulak to save the day enough.
Let me say this. When I was seeing this, I was thinking like, okay, this would be good market research for because I think we watched night 1, and then like the next day before night 2 we discussed about doing this episode. I just watched night 1 out of curiosity, because I'm considering about doing a $5 Wrestling Empty Arena show, and I'm basically gonna put hour-long blocks where, like, you know, Jeff Hart and his opponent comes in for an hour, we film the promo, we do the match, you guys go ahead and leave, and then just ship people in hour blocks, and we just call it one piece at a time, because Johnny Cash song. So I that's kind of was watching this, and then I started thinking of like, what would I say to these guys on how to wrestle a match, empty arena? Because some of these $5 guys need a little direction. And I would probably tell them don't fucking stall, because a lot of them now like to put in some time by stalling, and especially.
But you can feed off a crowd and stall.
Yeah,
you don't have anybody to feed off of. Stalling's hard.
But at the same time too, when you're putting out a video product like the road trip one, I think a couple of those guys were kind of fucking stalling a little too fucking long, and I'm just like, ugh, fucking nobody gives a fuck. I appreciate you wanting to go 25 minutes with Freight Train Mr. Thunderbolt, but you could do this in fucking 10, 12.
We can go fuck home.
And we can go the fuck home. And also, too, it'll be much more accurate and precise and much more enjoyable for all of us. And we can, because I got to see this thing 3 times over. So that was what I was going to say, no stalling. But that was what I was coming in, it's like no stalling in these empty arena stuff. But then I see Sami Zayn stalling with fucking Daniel Bryan, and it works for me. Mm-hmm. I dig it. I like it. And I love that Sami Zayn's only thing in his like heat, quote unquote, is a clothesline and then punches that Daniel Bryan proceeded to no soul. And the thing that it still blows me away is that Sami Zayn, he has some of the best body control that I have ever seen anybody ever have in professional wrestling. Like, he could put on a fucking ridiculous match. He could do just about anything the fucking Ricochet can do, or any of the craziest of high flyers. He can give you a 5-star match. But he's like, no, the character that I'm playing will do this, and I will be fantastic at this. And that is what's incredible to me, is that he has all of this ability physically, and he has all this talent, but he's just like, nah, I'm gonna dress as Castro and just be a chicken shit heel. I fucking love that. The fact that there is so much more to this pond. Like, this pond is super fucking deep and nobody knows it. That's what I love. So, anything else?
Yeah.
All right, feel the same way. The yes chants were weird. We should acknowledge that happened.
Yeah.
Quick bin, but this is obviously not over. Great. Match number 5, though.
This is what we came for?
This is what the fuck we came for. Ladder match for the SmackDown Tag Team title match with Kofi Kingston, Jimmy Uso, and John Morrison. Now, you're like, wait a minute, you just listed off 3 guys in a tag team match.
Well, that was my favorite part of we'll do a 3-way singles match.
But nobody really explained why.
For the titles.
Nobody explained why. And apparently, The Miz...
sick, is quarantined up.
Yeah, he had a fever. He was concerned that he was sick, so he can't do the match. And they found this out hours before this happened. Mm-hmm. Hours. Not like, hey, when we do this ladder match at Mania, this is what we're going to do, and you plan it out months in advance. Like, I mean, fuck, Bret Hart and Roddy Piper were talking about their WrestleMania 8 match months in advance. Mm-hmm. Like, every night they would go out to eat, and they would discuss it, and they would piece that together. And a WrestleMania ladder match, you're piecing together months at a time. But for you to have like a couple hours, like it's a fucking indie show, and you're going to be on WrestleMania in front of fucking nobody,
and bump through ladders.
Bump through fucking ladders. Every one of these fucking guys are fucking insane. They deserve a free ride to fucking heaven for what they fucking did, because I was trying to explain to Michael Pikikio, the owner of HighSpots.com, when he asked me if I saw WrestleMania, and I was telling him about this ladder match and saying that I don't know how they mustered up the fucking strength, the courage, the willpower to do a fucking match like this in front of nobody. And of course, him being the money, the emotionally bankrupt individual that he is, he gave me the Vince McMahon answer: the goddamn money and the fucking contract they have. Okay. Cool. But as a performer, you could have done. Listen, you guys could have done 75% less, and we would all still loved you all the same. But you gave us 110%. Mm-hmm. And there's a special place in heaven for all of you.
All because you had to make up for the Miz, and the Miz don't deserve that much.
No, the Miz don't deserve any of this goddamn shit. And like, here's the thing. Before all of these quarantine cancellations happened, I was booked in a ladder match at Wrestling Revolver in front of a very large crowd, where it is one of the few places that I am fucking over at, and I was not looking forward to that shit. I was gonna do 75% less, like,
and understand when you didn't like it.
Yeah, like, there's so many incredible spots.
I thought the finish to this was fucking great, and I love the fact that it was, like I said, a singles for the tag belts.
Yeah.
Did something like that with Queens just because I didn't have the people for it.
Yeah, fine.
But yeah, no, I loved it, and the finish was great. That finish where he's got the shit beat on him so much he falls down, but has the belts in his hand, and they still have the placard that it's on.
Yeah, just ingenious. It's great, and also too, what's great is if you fuck that up, you can redo it. Yeah. So
God, I bet he didn't want to fuck that up though.
No, but dear gosh, no, you're gonna want to get that
John,
right.
We're gonna need you to get through that one more time, bud.
Just one more time, John. One more take. There were a couple, like I think there might have been a time where Jimmy got thrown to the outside off of a fucking ladder. I got a feeling there might have been a crash pad there for a take or two.
Good.
Which I hope the fuck there was.
Yeah.
Hope the fuck there was. But yeah, there's so many incredible spots in here, and if they did this in segments and this is all just a highlight reel and they cut and they just set up the spots and hit them perfectly and whatever, I'm not mad about it at all.
I would be more mad if they didn't.
Yeah, exactly. If you're gonna have a ladder match,
the ability, you can do that.
If you have the ability to take multiple takes and get this fucking correct, or put a crash pad up to not murder yourself, so that way you can wrestle when all this quarantine stuff alleviates. Great, fucking smart man. But I do hit. There's a million spots and we can talk about all of them, but we really need to keep moving. But I do want to bring up two things that were said during this match. Obviously, Jimmy Uso saying, "I just flatten your face like a pancake, boy." At that moment in time, I was like, man, Jimmy Uso ain't really doing shit. And then when he did that, I go, I'm a Jimmy Uso fan.
Yeah, you get my shirt.
I'm
Jimmy Uso. Day one-ish right here, son.
Day one-ish Jimmy Uso fan right here, Jake Manning. Mark my words. And then also, too, this is why I like JBL.
Oh, that's right. Did he also say boy and I missed it?
No, but he did say something almost as equally as crazy, but less racist.
Well, I don't like that. I don't like my JBL being less racist.
Basically, John Morrison did that fucking Starship Pain off of split leg, twisting thing onto a fucking ladder, and JBL goes just like a young Kurt Hennig.
What you mean?
Kurt Hennig never did any of that fucking shit ever. You say and then all of a sudden, he said it, and then he spent the next 2 minutes justifying what he said. Well, Kurt Hennig had all this tremendous athleticism, but that motherfucker never did any of that goddamn shit. What the fuck are you talking about?
Could have just left it as a troll comment, just name drop people that I like right quick.
Yeah, I have to say all of that. But yeah, let's get to the next match. I'm trying
Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins.
Yep, I'm trying to get to where I start with my notes with that. There it is. I see it right now. All right, let's get. They do the whole video. Yada yada yada. Match number 6: Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. I remember when I asked you about night one, hey, is it worth watching? Because I watch this all in one straight shot. Yeah, that's how I like to watch my WrestleManias, all right in a row for 6 to 7 hours. Don't want to break it up over 2 nights. I don't care if it's too big for one night. I want it done in one night, even though just like when I worked 15 hours right in a row on Friday night at High Spots not too long ago. No, I want to get all my work in and get it all done, and that's what I did with this one. And this match, fucking great. Yeah. I guess they possibly used a little bit of sweetening with the bell shot too. I think that ringed a little too nicely. But the shit talking was very personal.
Yeah. And this started off as a normal match, right?
Started off as a normal match, then
he gets disqualified.
And when Kevin grabs the microphone, that was just weird.
To talk to no one?
Yeah, to talk to Seth, who's just right over there.
Would it have been weird though if he just started screaming it?
Yeah.
You don't think that would have? I don't think that would have separated the intensity of the situation. This is me yelling at you, and now if I say it in this microphone for even the people in the back to hear, that really means more.
See, that's the other thing too, is having microphones here and knowing this microphone is going to go out to the millions of people at home. And I get that. And like
probably also clearer to hear audibly on like for TV.
Yeah, I understand that too, but God, it just WWE is so polished that I feel like you have to grab that microphone. Where I feel like an indie promotion or even AEW or Ring of Honor, and they were put under these circumstances, grabbing the microphone would have been absolutely fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, and the fact that I identify Kevin a lot in my mind with PWG and fucking Ring of Honor, but it's still jarring to see him in a very polished product.
Yeah.
But it does get very violent very fast, and when they get
basketball shorts and a sleeveless t-shirt,
when they get to the no DQ part, it does feel very Funk Lawler-ish. Like empty arena, which is what I was looking for. And I understand you can't do that every single match, so you have to save that in certain spots. And there was one particular match where they could have done 16 minutes less of that. We'll get to that in a second. Yeah. But this one was just the right amount of dosage of that Funk Lawler feel, empty arena to it, which is what I was waiting for. And I love how the commentators just kind of lay out, let them shit talk. Don't say anything. Let them do their thing. And when I say do their thing, I mean jump off the fucking sign. It was fucking incredible.
Yep.
Great spot. Love that Kevin's still like, yeah, I'm still getting a WrestleMania moment in.
Yeah, I'll kill it.
I love. I might kill myself. Fuck it. I'm gonna fucking go and kill it. And then he posted something on Twitter where he talked about how he planned to jump off the pirate ship at one point in time, and he scoped it out and took a picture of it to get him mentally prepared to do it, and he fucking nailed this.
Yep.
And kudos to him. And it's funny, is like I was actually going to text him a few days before WrestleMania just because all this stuff was going on, and I'm very bummed out, and I just want to reach out to my successful friends and just be like, hey, how are you doing? And they're like, oh, I'm great, I'm good. And then I'm like, oh, okay, well, it does work out for some people.
Good.
Because
that trust process.
Everybody else, it feels like the world is burning, and I just want to hear some people are going to be okay. And people who I actually like, love, and respect, and you're one of those, Kevin. So I hope you're going to be doing okay. So now that I see him jump off a goddamn fucking sign, now I feel like I feel like an asshole for not saying, "Are you okay?"
You need to message him like, "Hey man, it's going to be all right.
It's going to be all right. It's going to be okay."
Let me ask you a question, Kevin. Are you well?
Are you well? Are you wrong? Are you trying to hurt yourself?
No. Are you a well?
Are you a well too?
Yeah, we can be wells together.
We can be well together. You're the nicer well. Don't get me wrong. I'm
like a Narwhal.
I'm the Eastland Mall of wells. Yeah. Okay.
You're like the South Park Mall of. You're the North Lake of wells.
You're definitely not that shit Concord Mills like
Concord
that.
Mills.
Fuck that. That's the Batista well. Everybody's going to that fucking well. I did find it funny. Actually, I love that he got such a great reaction to this online, but I also found it funny that a man who's got a second life of popularity commented on this. I don't know if you saw this or not. Did you see this? Have you heard about this? Did you see this?
No.
New Jack chimed in on this and said that this is the most god-awful thing he's ever seen before in his life.
Good.
And then retweeted a gif of him jumping off a balcony and said, "This is how you do it." But it's the worst fucking New Jack balcony dive I've ever seen before in my life. Yep. The motherfucker looked like he just fell.
So we were watching the Dark Side of the Ring. Like, I've never watched any of them except for the New Jack one.
Okay.
And when he did those dives, like, man, he never really dove off of them as much as he just fell.
Yeah, and no
wonder whatever Vic Grimes almost killed you.
Yeah, he just kind of like jumped the fuck off. Yeah. It wasn't like anything skill, like where Kevin had to like kick his feet out and almost take like a flat back bump
like
and then accurate, but not overshoot, but hit just perfectly, which he did. To me, it was far more precise than New Jack just put fucking. I
always knew this is how I die.
I'm on coke, motherfucker.
Which, if you haven't seen that Dark Side of the Ring, it's great.
I watched Brawl for All last night.
Okay.
That was a good one too, but it's been kind of covered quite a bit.
Yeah, I listened to the Something to Wrestle.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Yeah. They basically just did a video format out of it.
Yeah.
But speaking of something that probably should have its own Dark Side of the Ring, match number 7
should have happened on the Dark Side of the Ring, up under it, with no one to see.
Yeah, match number 7: Braun Strowman versus Goldberg.
You can call it a match if you want to. That's your call, I guess. Your podcast.
I mean,
It happened.
It's our podcast. It's our podcast. You take ownership of this. Braun don't give a fuck about you.
He's Goldberg.
Yeah, and Goldberg don't give a fuck about anybody.
No.
I love how Braun went from, like, online, he went from this guy that everybody made memes of, like, instead of catch these hands, wash these hands.
Yeah.
Like, he went from a guy that, like, a very comical thing about this whole coronavirus, and then he proceeded to shit on people plugging their Patreons and buying T-shirts, and he shit on people like indie workers
who made their money off wrestling.
He went from this lovable person that we make memes out of to fuck you piece of shit. Yeah. Like, in a matter of days.
Yeah.
Like,
just switched it up.
It's just switched it up. And of course, he don't give a fuck about you.
No.
He don't give a fuck about you. But of course, when he stares at the abyss, he sees himself staring back, and he is staring at Goldberg.
No, your future.
Your future.
Yeah. I wish Goldberg would have Bret Harted him.
Oh my gosh. Goldberg, he was a thing because of the crowd.
He didn't get over on his technical skills.
No, it was all that reaction of a crowd, and it has dwindled over time.
I love that he's still got the fucking security walk in, though.
Yeah, there was no social distancing on that. No. None.
Chico Adams, Florida wrestler, was one of his security guards, and I was like, "Who are you going to protect him from?"
Yeah,
who's there to hop in?
It's so fucking weird. He so didn't give any fucks, and that's the thing too. Is like it's always been like this large reaction. WCW was this monstrous reaction. He got a pretty good reaction at the beginning of the WWE run, and that dwindled over time. And then he's come back a couple of times, and that's dwindled over time. And then now he's back, and people are like, fuck Goldberg. He shouldn't have the fucking title. What kind of fucking bullshit is this? And now he's wrestling in an empty arena match. So you went from the highest fan reaction possible to no fucking fans whatsoever. This is the perfect end.
Just walk off with the sunset.
This is the perfect end to Goldberg's career. You were all about how the crowd reacted to you, and now your last match, hopefully, possibly, is you with nobody. I feel uncomfortable saying that because
you went out on your back.
Yeah, and he went on his back but I don't know how. And once again, still don't know how to feel about Goldberg. Don't know if he's the coolest guy ever. He's the worst human being. I don't know if you deserve that or not, Bill, or not. So I half apologize.
I guess we're gonna need another road trip with you.
We're gonna need another road trip to figure out if you're a cool dude. Still can't. Also thought it was weird they didn't play by the rules of 3. They're just like, just give him 4 power slams.
Yeah.
Why not 3? Why don't we stick the rules of 3? No,
that's what they're expecting.
That's what they're expecting. We give them a 4, and then they'll fucking know. Well, really, like if you give them 5, that's a nice round number. 4 is just such an
It's not a pretty number.
It's not a pretty number. Nobody likes 4 unless you're a horseman.
And they still had 5 in there, so
yeah. So
think about it.
All right, that happened. We talked about it way longer than you did.
We've talked about it longer than it lasted.
Yeah, exactly, and that's not good because we're at about an hour right now.
Oh fuck!
We're gonna run through here, but we got a lot to say about this next one.
There's still points we got to talk about.
And this is one of the handful of points. This is the fucking one. Match number 8, Boneyard match, Undertaker, AJ Styles. A fucking fight with a musical score.
Hey, man. Wow.
So, let me tell you this.
Okay.
Let me tell you this. A few months ago at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center, Vic Delicious, who has been a stalwart at Northeast Wrestling, also too, he was very integral to the beginning of the House Hardcore, Tommy Dreamer's promotion. Also, too, he did a little time in developmental. Just this big, rotund, like Bill DeMott looking dude. And he came to me with this crazy idea, and he's like, "Dude, I got a crazy idea for you." This is months ago. And he's like, "I got a crazy idea for you." Okay. And he goes, "But I can't tell anybody."
Like even me or
even
no?
me? Or I said, "No, we get you and me. We just got to discuss." So he pulled me over to the side, and he told me, he goes, "I have a friend who has a camping supply store, and if you ever want to have like this match, like with all this camping equipment set up, and we just film it in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of a campground, and have this match, you let me know. We'll have tents up everywhere, we'll have camping equipment, and just this big hardcore type fight." And like, I'm like, all right, man, sure. And I just was like, oh, that's fucking weird. What the fuck? That seems like a goddamn work. And I'll do this, like, I'd have to drive all the way up to Connecticut, New York to the, like, oh, whatever, man. And then I fucking see this goddamn shit. I'm like, holy fucking shit, Vic Delicious is a fucking clairvoyant individual.
Yeah. What a genius. It worked so well.
Because fucking when this happened, I had multiple people come up to me like, you need to do a camp yard match. You need to do a camp. I'm like, oh my God.
God damn it.
God damn it. I could have been in further ahead of the curve, and Kurt Hawkins could have ripped this off so much fucking sooner. Like, holy shit. So that was weird. But of course not as weird as the sound effects on all the punches.
You know? AJ pulling up in a hearse.
In a hearse.
That was funny.
That's great. That's a good
But
one.
like, he says it to no one.
Yeah.
So that's weird. And then old Big Dead Man rides in.
Fucking
to Metallica.
Cyanide, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't fucking know.
I'm pretty sure it's
Metallica.
Cyanide. I'm pretty sure it's Cyanide. Because I was jamming to it earlier, and I'm like, oh, I think this was a song of like,
Fucking
so like some of the later stuff sounds all the same, and it sounds very much like Cyanide. But Biker Taker, man,
fucking
I love me
Big
some.
Dead.
I fucking love me some Biker Taker.
You know, I did not mind the Undertaker going American Badass style for this. What I didn't care for was all the talking that occurred with his big southern twang that he wasn't even trying to hide anymore. He just let it hang out there, man. Is this it, AJ? Is this what you want? Is this what you came for? Oh, I'm old, am I?
Tell me about my old now.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm old now.
Man. All right, guys. Oh, been weird. Stop talking so much.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, we got a moaner over here.
please don't bury me. Please don't bury me, Taker. Please don't bury me.
God, will you guys fuck already? What the hell? AJ, I know you don't like gay people, but fuck.
I like the double meaning of please don't bury me. Like, I love the double meaning of it. Like,
Meant to or not.
But this is, I mean, this has been discussed before, but this is how Vince McMahon's vision of From Beyond the Mat, where he's just got that bottle of water and he's like, we make movies.
Yeah. He finally did it.
He finally fucking did
it. He made See No Evil 3.
This is the thing that finally calmed him the fuck down.
Yeah.
Like, this was the...
Now they can really suck my dick.
Now they could really suck my goddamn... I've made goddamn movies! Just... Oh my God. Like, this whole thing. It's fucking great. I love that he can conjure fire.
Yeah.
Like,
he can teleport.
But
which my favorite meme that I've seen the entire time was that Matt Hardy crawled so Undertaker, or Matt Hardy walked so Undertaker could run.
Yes, that is very true.
That's good.
This is, and you know, Jeremy Borash being involved in all that Hardy stuff and applying. That's the thing. This is what I always tell people. If you want to be successful, if there's something you want to do, don't wait for you to be like, okay, well, now I'm going to do it, or now I get the opportunity to go do it, or now waiting to do the thing that you want to be successful at. Start doing it now and suck at it.
Yeah.
You don't know if this experience, like Stranger in a Southern Land, or even this fucking podcast, because this isn't very successful either. Maybe one day.
Why do I keep coming?
Well, maybe one day I'll be on a successful podcast, and maybe the things that I learned from Stranger on the Southern Land, or this podcast, or something else, or every experience that you get in life, get as much of these little experiences, even though you know, like, oh, this is not going to work out, and just go and do it and make the best of it and figure out, and that piece of knowledge that you learned there will be applied later. So Jeremy Borash getting all of that stuff that he did with Matt Hardy had to have been applied in this Boneyard match with him working for WWE. Now, like, when they didn't know what they were going to do and they're locked down, what are we going to do with AJ and Taker?
I know.
Fucking just a weird looking dude. Grew up in Iowa.
Man, just in the back of the crowd.
Back of the crowd's like, I got an idea.
Let me tell you what we're gonna do.
Let me tell you what to do. And this is the best thing for Taker to have done.
Oh yeah. There's anything else that would have exposed the fact that he can't really do it anymore.
Oh, this whole thing, he was lumbering around in this. Yeah. Can you imagine him lumbering around in a wrestling ring?
At one point, like, he's been getting, like, he's taking all this heat.
Yeah.
And he's leaned up against a tree and just on the ground, just, it was super uncomfortable. Not because of, like, whatever. It was more like, no, I think he's going to die. Like, they could have, like, take a cut right there and, like, let him catch his breath a little bit. Like, this is too much.
Yeah, this old man's.
This is where he got. This is where he died.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
This is where you go, Jack Teller.
Exactly. Yeah, he should be in that grave.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He did. Well, if he dies, we just roll him over into here.
Yeah, just put him right in there.
I mean, Michelle McCool picked that spot out for him. That's why we had that match there.
Mm-hmm. That's what this is all about, Michelle McCool.
Hey, Mark McCool.
But yeah, the tombstone on the roof, choke slam off.
It fell on those like pallet walkway kind of thing. That was a fun choice.
What's my wife's name?
I love I love Gallows and Anderson getting to be in this.
Yeah. I felt real happy for them.
I wish there would have been more for them.
Oh, I would have loved so much more for them.
But like if they all would have got buried in there somehow,
that would be great.
The entire time I was like, oh, there goes Fake Kane.
Yep.
And then all the druids coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, brother, you don't have luck with druids. You gotta stop bringing them around, dead man.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like you.
They don't like you.
Never do well.
And he almost fell over just punching all of them. Like that's how lumbering he was.
You ever beat a man's ass so bad you fell down?
Well, Undertaker almost did.
Yeah. Let me tell you about Taker.
I thought it was real fucking good. Where he's like hugging AJ and it's like, it's okay, AJ, I respect you.
I love that. Yeah,
I love that.
Oh my god, they are gonna fuck.
And AJ's not gonna be happy about it.
No, not at all.
But yeah, and then
it's okay.
Yeah,
I remember you.
And then he fucking throws him in, buries him, tombstone, hand sticking out, like, and then we just fucking take it home with Metallica.
Look, take it home with Metallica, baby.
Just this is the best thing that Undertaker's ever done.
Oh, of course.
I mean, it's ridiculous, campy out there.
Minus American flag on the inside of his Undertaker's coat.
Yeah, but like,
no,
I don't want to see another fucking Undertaker match. I only want to see this.
If it's not this, I don't.
Well, I like when he lost to Brock. The first, that first loss, he looked fucking awful then, and that was like 6 WrestleManias ago. I don't want to see a fucking hobbling around Undertaker
just because this motherfucker's out here deadlifting fucking 4 plates each side.
No, fucking he should not be wrestling anymore. But he should be doing more of this. But this, I've heard this discussion that stuff like this has opened the door for Sting versus Undertaker.
For it.
Like, people say that maybe Undertaker should ride off in the sunset with this.
Yeah.
No, I think you could do a fucking...
He rides off in the next one, next Mania, where he does it with Sting.
With this opens the door because Sting can't bump.
Yeah.
Undertaker can't move. But you could do this.
They have to remake Hear No Evil, See No Evil with Pryor and Wilder.
Bump no evil, walk no evil. You know, like...
1 or 2. We got 2 ways to go. We can have this match or this buddy comedy. What do you want?
I think that's what you do. And even if it comes back to like Sting, like, you had this match with AJ, and I know AJ for a very long time because, we used to work together, yada, yada, yada. Like, you could have a little history there. You could tell that story. I think that opens the door for this. And I'm just curious, did they always plan to do this? Or was like, hey, we got to be a little bit different.
Social distancing is what's going to make this happen?
Or, was the fact that WrestleMania was going to get scrapped, was that the thing that decided to do this? Or were they going to do like a little bit of this to set up for a WrestleMania match? Like, was this going to be like a short vignette? And they're like, well, why don't we just make this a longer vignette and a longer fight? I would love to know what that impetus was. Yeah. And what that turning point, and then how we got to this, because this is the best thing as far as wrestling goes. This is the best thing to come out of this coronavirus, is that wrestling can be this. Yeah. This right here. And the Firefly Funhouse, which we'll talk about when we get there.
Which we need to get going.
We need to get going.
We're gonna. This match was cool. Yeah. I can't wait for that. I just want the old timer out there to shit on this.
Yeah.
And also,
Jim Cornette's out there.
It's just the person that I would expect to shit on this would be the same people that would like talk about how all these old kids, all these young kids doing too much, and then WWE puts this out. I fucking love Taker, and then they put this match out. Fuck yourself.
Yep. But don't worry. Night 2 we're gonna run through very fast because
we're just gonna gush on that match just as much as this match, so we gotta get to
there's only like two things on night 2 that I even really want to even talk about. Cause
I think I've got like 3 or 4.
Night 1, far better experience. Night 2 is a complete mixed bag. And basically, night 2, obviously, April 15th, whatever, blah, 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 same intro, blah, blah, blah. Match number 1, Charlotte Flair versus
Insane.
Rhea. Fucking great.
Insane.
This, I think, as far as wrestling matches go, you could argue Steen versus Rollins, but I love Steen in it. I love Owens and Rollins, but this fucking match, Ripley versus Flair, she was telling a story with building the figure 4. I love that. This is what you were talking about with the Drew Gulak Cesaro thing. Like, hey, we're gonna do some weird stuff. We're gonna tell a little story, and there's no crowd, and if they don't follow, it's no big deal. Fuck it. That's kind of what these women did. We're telling a story with the leg, me trying to get to the figure 4 or the figure 8, that is, and I'm going to work to it, come back to it. Just telling that fucking story and then getting it. I wish they would have had the opportunity to wrestle this in front of a live crowd exactly the way they wrestled this in front of nobody and see the people's reaction when they finally get to that tap out. I think it would have fucking worked, and it's everything that we theorize now we don't allow talent to fucking do. But she has enough carte blanche because she's Charlotte Flair now to do whatever the fuck she wants, and she fucking should. And Rhea Ripley's going to be a fucking star, and I can't wait for the story to go down the line, and I hope she loses to Charlotte again, so when that third time comes and she finally beats Charlotte,
she turns that figure 8 over
and fucking and she becomes a fucking star right fucking then.
See, I think this match kind of made her a star already. Definitely at the front of it. Now, a little while ago you were saying about how like the same with Becky and Shayna.
Yeah.
I love Becky Lynch. I think she's great. She's not as good as Charlotte Flair. So I'd much rather see it happen here than with Shayna Baszler. I think they could have done something completely different with that. I think this match here, though, is definitely that can't do it kind of thing. This shit was insane. Fucking Ripley hits this beautiful missile drop kick off the fucking top at some point, and like I lost my shit. It was so cool. Yeah. This match was killer.
Fucking
girls both night, like every girls match minus this 18 way here in a little while, fucking delivered each night. I think like the girls were better than all the guys.
I've always felt that too, because they have well-defined characters that they have to room around in for years, because the writers are like, oh, they're just girls, we'll just put them out there, whatever. They don't give a lot of thought, where they put too much fucking thought in the men, and it feels like every time you tune in, like, oh, I thought he was a babyface. Oh, he's a heel now? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Where the girls are like, no, you're a good guy for however long. All right, I would just make you a bad guy, and they don't give any thought. Like Bayley having to, like, if Bayley was a man, she would have already turned heel babyface at least 2 or 3 times.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Where the fact that she is now, she turned heel, and she's had to really figure out what the nuances of her as a heel, when I felt that she already had the nuances of her as a babyface. And then when they switch her back to a babyface, that'll be interesting too, because she'll have to figure out the nuances of what this character is about. Side point, whatever. Match number 2, Aleister Black, Bobby Lashley, who is wearing his best Cedric Alexander gear.
Yep. So one time, a long time ago, I went to a show in South Carolina for Bob, by God Keller, and I forgot my trunks. I don't know how. I had my boots, had my socks, didn't have my trunks. Cedric Alexander, though, came to the rescue and let me borrow a pair of his trunks. And they popped up in a memory the other day. I'll find the picture and send it to you of me wrestling in Cedric Alexander's trunks.
How is that?
So I know where you're coming from, B-Lash. Sometimes you gotta get those young boys to help you out.
Well, he definitely didn't need any help from Lana, who said spear him, and then he ran into the Black Mass kick, and that's about it.
I was super stoked about this match because of the insanely different wrestling styles of both. And it was 7 minutes long. I wasn't that disappointed at all. I love Bobby Lashley. I like Aleister Black a lot. Bobby Lashley, nicest guy we've ever met.
Yep.
OB Lash.
OB Lash. We had a nice evening together.
Great evening.
Fucking great.
Good weekend.
Awesome fucking dude, man. Awesome fucking dude.
This starts to go the path of the what we're gonna see here later with Brock Lesnar and the Goldberg, of where he's just hitting these moves, and then it's like, oh, we're just gonna fucking hit him with 18 moves also. But no, I thought the finish was pretty good, and it sets up this whole, now Lana and Bobby Lashley are gonna split here soon, I would assume, and where's that leave Rusev kind of shit. But I was really hyped about this match, and it didn't deliver what I wanted, but I was still not disappointed.
Absolutely not. Then we get to match number 3, Otis versus Dolph Ziggler.
I love Otis so much.
This fucking match deserved to be in front of a live crowd.
Yep.
The whole love story thing seems different enough. Although, when do you have a love story that involves the truth will be heard type weird vignette thing?
So, I don't know if you knew this or remember it. This, and like Sami Callihan said something about it the other day.
Yeah.
This was his gimmick in NXT when he was Marcus Crane or whatever.
Solomon Crow. Yeah.
Marcus Crane was Scarecrow.
Marcus Crane is the guy who did the Bondage Go-Go show that was supposed to happen.
Oh, is that? What
yeah.
are you talking about? What is
I know Marcus Crane from like years ago.
All right, cool. So. I love that whole thing. Oh, that should be Sammy.
Yeah.
Now I'm excited to see who it is. Hopefully it's still Sami Callihan.
I hope so too.
So. But also stays in TNA.
Yeah, also.
Or Impact or whatever.
That'd be even better.
But yeah. Who knew that a love story needed a hacker?
Yeah, it's weird, and we just kind of glazed over that. But if you're gonna explain why you saw this piece of information, okay, that explains it. Mm-hmm. Fine, great, whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, like the whole Mandy thing and the kiss, like that should have happened in front of a crowd. This whole story, I was into it. Love Otis. Mm-hmm. Good fucking match.
Good for Tucker. Like Tucker's a good second right there. He's good. He's a good worker. He's a good tag partner.
Yep.
He's a good second man to help the story go along.
It's great. So, wish it was in front of a live crowd.
Yeah.
I think everybody agrees with that. Solid match. Dolph can't do any wrong. Which is something that I could say for our next 2 participants, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to, because match number 4, last man standing match, Randy Orton versus Edge.
You know, I didn't know we needed 37 minutes, and I still don't, because that's how fucking long they went.
I feel so bad for Adam Copeland.
I feel bad for everybody in this.
I do. I feel so bad because let me go backstory. Okay, let's go personal. Okay, he worked so hard to get back to the level where he could wrestle again and hell and back and risk everything just for the opportunity to get to a WrestleMania moment and get the opportunity to be in front of a crowd. And when he walked out at the Royal Rumble and got the reaction that he got, grown men cried. It was super fucking emotional. He almost fucking cried.
Yeah.
It was super fucking emotional, and it was all... that was a wonderful moment, but then it was to build to something wonderful and beautiful at WrestleMania, and something that was going to be incredible, and a capping off this amazing journey. But instead is an empty arena match in a last standing match, which just seemed long and boring as fuck. And the fact that it was a last man standing made it that much longer. It was repetitive over and over again, and very much a miss. And I can empathize with you, Adam, because the day that you had this remarkable experience on the Royal Rumble, I took acid for the first time and had one of the most wonderful and beautiful days of my entire life, and thought I was going to feel something close to that again in the future. And then life took that away from me. I know exactly how you feel, sir. And I feel sorry.
Yeah.
That is about all I can say about this match, even though I have 2 pages of notes.
We don't need to talk about it. It was customs. He grunted a whole bunch, and then they did a Chris Benoit spot, and then
he swung off a fucking pull-up bar, like a little too far away. He dropped multiple elbows and gave him a concerto. They climbed up and down a fucking truck 3 or 4 times.
Got hung with a set of weights, a la.
Yeah.
Jason Cade messaged me during this, and I guess it's when they're on the truck or whatever. They're in some, they go through a door and end up somewhere. He just messaged me and goes, "That building's not even attached." Fucking dickhead.
That's your fucking complaint. That's your goddamn complaint that these fucking buildings don't even connect. Motherfucker, how about the fact that this is 37 fucking minutes long?
That's some real Jason Cade shit to message somebody. Those buildings ain't even connected.
Yeah.
Jason, lose my fucking number. God damn you.
Lose it forever.
All right. That's that. if you want to know, like, so if you want to watch this match, don't just watch the Edge 24/7 deal.
Yeah, that's fine.
In the place of it, you'll be all right. You'll manage.
Next match, though, match number 5, Street Profits taking on Angel Garza and Austin Theory. Austin Theory, who I rode in a car with months ago, back to the hotel from a Northeast Wrestling show. And he let me sit in the front because I was the vet. Huh. Fuck me, this motherfucker was on WrestleMania. I should have gave him the fucking front seat. Yeah. I'm the fucking Jay Brown that's fucking filing for unemployment right now and getting denied. This motherfucker's on WrestleMania. Fuck me. Yeah. Angel Garza, amazing, but I already fucking knew that. Yeah. Now the world fucking knows that. Never seen the Street Profits before until this match. Yes, I know I'm late to the fucking party, but I'm fucking... WrestleMania Night 2 is my day one for loving the Street Profits. Yeah. Fucking love them.
I think Montez Ford's amazing. I didn't before this match. Everything else I'd really kind of seen with the Street Profits. I was never really a big Angelo Dawkins fan. Always Montez Ford. Montez is the skinnier one. Angelo Dawkins is the bigger, baggy short. I'm not a fan of baggy short. But this match was fucking rad. Good for Austin Theory. I wrestled him one of his last OSCW shows. It was fun. We just did the Rock and Cena spots.
That should.
Me and Caleb and him and John Schuyler. It was cool. It happened. Good on him.
Another match that happened was match number 6, Bayley versus Sasha versus Tamina versus Lacey Evans, Naomi, and didn't know this was an elimination match till it happened.
Yeah, this was all bad. There was a weird... They tried to put too much on that finish as far as just what this all means, and like... I never really knew who was heel or baby, other than the fact that I'm supposed to know that Bayley is the heel.
I feel bad for Tamina because they just throw her in whatever multi-women's match, like WrestleMania time or Royal Rumble time or whenever they're like, hey, we're going to do a multi-women's title match. Let's throw Tamina in. She could be the big person. Yeah. And it's just like, because Nia Jax is doing this spot over here, and it's just like you only go to her when
Nia Jax is injured
or she's over here, and it's just, I feel bad for her. That sucks.
I really liked her. She was super badass back when she was first getting in, and they use it a lot more with Afa's kid. And, so this is where it was the most glaring to me that the crowd not being there made everything awkward because they have this long conversation at the end about I'm sorry before like they do the finish of just like I didn't mean to. All this and all this and all this, and just talk for fucking ever. Whereas if there was a crowd and you would just see mannerisms and body language. You wouldn't hear what they were actually saying. And man, everything they were saying was just like real bad soap opera. Like I know this is a soap opera, wrestling and whatnot, but fuck, your guys' verbal content is terrible. Shut the fuck up.
Well, the thing is, we're building the story that never paid off in the end, like the turn. I was like, I know we're going to do this later, but I would have liked to have seen this now.
I did like the crispness that they did. The Sasha had her held, got pulled, Bayley hits that knee, and then Bayley ducks or passes that big super punch. That was a real cool spot.
Lacey Evans was on fire.
Yeah.
She's incredible. I became a fan of her. Her and the Street Profits are like, I need to be paying more attention to this lady and those guys for sure. That's what I pull out of WrestleMania. Yeah. But I think the thing that everybody's gonna pull out of WrestleMania,
the real main event,
this shit right here.
Yeah.
We've got plenty of time to talk about it.
Do you want to talk about the main event and then come back?
Yeah,
so the real main event.
Yeah, let's talk about the real main event of both fucking nights. Because it would be real
bad if we were just like we talked about this for 15, 20 minutes and then went, and then by the way, Drew McIntyre.
Match number 8. Not the next match, but the match after this match that we're going to discuss. The main event on paper. Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar. Very much like the Goldberg fucking match.
Exactly like it.
Exactly fucking like it. Wish this would have... Although, like... If this was on a 6-hour-long WrestleMania and they did that, I would be, this is thank God, this is awesome. Give Drew his fucking moment. Fucking Drew's a fucking star. Yeah. I think I've mentioned here on this podcast before, your podcast, he was the guy I did that 20-minute tryout match with. And we just called it all on the fucking fly, man. And he's fucking fantastic. And he's now your champion and should be fucking champion for a long time. It's going to be real fucking sad when Brock comes back, beats him in the rematch in front of people. It's going to be real fucking sad when they do the WWE shit to him. So I feel bad.
Yeah. But yeah, same match. Just go back and listen to what we talked about with Brock
ain't going long.
Yeah, no.
He no fucking people.
Everything I read, that Brock was hot. He even had to be there.
Yeah.
He was mad that Vince didn't cancel the fucking thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He gave zero fucks.
Yeah.
It's like fucking this, boom, out. Boom.
But now let's go back to the real main event.
The real main event. Match number 7.
See, now wouldn't that have been so shitty if we had talked about
good call,
that,
buddy.
and then that happened. All right, bye guys.
Good call. Good fucking call. And we got more than enough time to do this. We can go on a nice little 5-minute run of it. Match number 7. Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah.
John Cena taking on The Fiend. Holy shit.
Yep.
All of this. The fact that this is all kind of happening in John Cena's mind.
Yeah.
Now this I was ahead of.
Of course.
Because of my feud
you had plans.
Because my feud with the tent, as I've said before, that whole feud is a projection in my own mind. That the tent is a symbol for everybody that has popped up on the indies who I've helped out, and then they eventually go on and ride off to WWE or AEW or wherever, and I'm stuck left behind. And then the tent is just a manifestation of that, and I'm fighting with the tent, and therefore I'm a man who's fighting with himself, and the tent is actually inside my mind, and it's a projection, much like this Firefly Funhouse. So they just filmed it a little bit better, and they have the rights to use NWO music, apparently.
Yeah.
So
I mean, when you own them, you can use it.
Yeah, exactly. I fucking loved when John Cena came out with his old High Spots gear.
Yeah,
because all that
prototype one.
Yeah, well, that those biker shorts with the matching boots. Back in the day, like the era of when they had OVW guys like Randy Orton and Batista, they were given a gear allowance, and you could do with that allowance whatever you want, whatever you
arguably buy gear.
Buy gear. It's just like a stipend or whatever. And John called up the High Spots and like, hey, I want like 20 fucking pairs of like different color gear. And Michael's ex-wife, who used to run handle all the phone orders at High Spots, said that John Cena was the nicest and most polite man that she's ever spoke with in her entire time at highspots.com. And Michael loved him because he spent all of his fucking money. So much money, matching bikers, matching boots, and was very appreciative of it, and went to High Spots and just bought a bunch of it all at once. And to see some of it kind of reappear is just neat little thing for me. Made me smile.
Yeah. And let's not go to the fact John Cena looks fucking amazing.
Yes, he does.
He looks in the best shape of his entire life.
To fast forward a little bit in this whole segment, when they went to the Saturday Night's Main Event, and he started doing fucking curls, that's what I fucking look like when I work out at the Pump House.
Yeah, that's right. You guys want to come to the Pump House and get that real John Cena pump. Let me tell you about it.
You want to see a man work out to basically hurt himself? That is what I am doing every time I lift. I am trying to physically hurt myself. That's how I fucking work out at the Pump House. But I like how he's like ruthless aggression and reenacts like parts of his career almost exactly, but it changes this time though. And just how amazing, just amazing that you're. Once I saw that, I'm like, oh, I see what this is now, and just the little callbacks to everything. I think Mike Lawrence wrote a big long Instagram post about this match and talked about the breaks down all the little things, like the fact that there were more callbacks to Easter eggs to prior things that would have made the MCU blush. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing that I've always disliked about sometimes the storytelling of WWE is like sometimes just like, oh, we're just going to do this, or we're just going to do this, and it doesn't matter. Or the things that I don't like about other aspects of other wrestling promotions and other places, but WWE is probably, I think, the most guilty of it sometimes. Just like, oh, it just don't matter, or whatever. But what you make the little stuff matter, or like, oh, this back here, this meant something. When I came out and said ruthless aggression smacked him, and then we call it back here. just all those little nuances, like this meant something. Like the discussion of when Bray was talking about when he wrestled John, and he said, you have the ability to end it all, and gave him the chair and gave him the option to hit him with the chair, and we call back to that.
Yeah, and he disappears.
Like, and he disappears, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like that moment in the past meant so much more now. So I need to pay more attention to you now in the future, because I don't know when this is going to mean something later on. And that's what you want as storytelling, and that's what this does. And it just makes me appreciate Bray Wyatt that much more, in that he puts a considerable amount of thought into what his character is. And when I do this, I'll bring it back later. I'm doing this because it's going to mean something down here. You don't know that yet, but this is a little Easter egg. Here's a little nugget you're going to put in your pocket. And then one day, here's a little penny you find on the ground, and all of a sudden you go to the cash register months down the line after you wash these pants several times, and you're like, oh, it's $4.01, and you just reach in your pocket, and there was that penny you picked up. Forever, that's beautiful. And that's what the fuck this whole fucking thing is. I fucking love it. Just incredible. So
we get rapping again, and he's fucking still a fire MC on the mic. We
also get fucking the Obsession music, which they didn't even have copyright for when they used it. So, like, I'm surprised you put it on WrestleMania. The old Saturday Night's Main Event theme. That was cool. Yeah,
they're buying the rights to all sorts of songs that weekend. They might as well have gotten that one.
Yeah, but I wrote down in my notes, like after the word life part, I go, they haven't bumped yet.
Yeah.
They have wrestled however long this match
has gone.
Has gone on. And in total, I think I counted only 3 or 4 bumps.
Yeah, there wasn't hardly anything.
That's fucking incredible. Like, you have this match unbelievable, and you don't even take any bumps. Fucking great. Fucking great. Just amazing. Also too, this is gonna go underappreciated, and I need to bring it up as a video editor. That part when the Fiend knocks John down and then John disappears. If you look closely, you can still see the rope shake. So it's not like a situation of like, hey, Fiend, just stay exactly where you are. John, roll out immediately.
They had to redo the ropes also.
Yeah, the ropes were still moving in the same. So I'm not exactly sure how you would have done that. Like, to me, that's how you would have done it. But like, it's almost like I don't know.
Was that green screen? Maybe.
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I would love to know who had the biggest hand in all of this, and like.
This feels like
put this all together.
I think everybody's saying online that it was Jeremy Borash behind the Boneyard, and this was more Bruce Pritchard. And I all
right, cool.
I would agree with that, and I think that's pretty fucking awesome. And if we're gonna get more of this in wrestling,
all those cool kids that want to say that wrestling is art, well, here you go, guys. Fucking WWE also makes art now.
Yeah, that's what's
ready.
That's what's fucking weird. And the thing is, they have all these fucking unnecessary fucking production hands and lighting fucking people. Like, why the fuck are all these fucking people here? All of a sudden now they came together and they created fucking art, and we're all going to have to up our game now.
Oh, yeah.
We can't. They have the best, and they can do it far better than we can. And we've dipped our toe in it, and they dove head first.
They shit in the well.
Yeah, they shit in the fucking well.
They poison the water hole, boys.
So, no more water.
Nope. That well's dry.
That well is dry, and Vince McMahon has took a big old dump in it, and that is his fucking well.
He has burned to the ground and salted the earth.
That is what has happened. And what has happened is we have discussed
oh man,
WrestleMania 36.
We've done
both
it.
Nights in an hour and 30 some odd minutes.
Jesus, that's it? It feels like we've been going 4 fucking
Well, it's an hour and 38 right now.
Okay.
But keep in mind, we did 17 minutes without fucking
a real
WrestleMania.
good crowd work.
A real good crowd work to settle in. But anything else you have to say about Mania other than the fact that wrestling is different now?
Fucking watch it, man. Like, support it. Like, it can't. Even if every single match was that women's 5-way, I would still say it was good because there was fucking no one there, and those people went out there and did those things. where I don't fucking like to bump at training. These motherfuckers are putting on what would be WrestleMania caliber matches at a WrestleMania with 0 people.
Yeah, I would highly recommend watching just about all of night one. I think you had the best suggestion. As much as I love Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn, you could probably start with if you had to expedite WrestleMania, pick it up with the ladder match. Watch all of night one from the ladder match on. Then I would recommend from night 2 watch the first match and then Firefly Funhouse, and you have seen like the best of Mania for sure.
You've watched Mania in about 2 hours.
Yes.
Now, not to say there's not nuggets everywhere else.
Yeah.
But if you want the big feel.
Yeah, go back and watch Edge's intro from the Royal Rumble, and then just call it a fucking day.
Watch it 24/7,
and just remember that I was the happiest that I'd ever been before in my entire life on that day, and that was taken away from me.
And how things have changed.
Life
was like me passa.
Yeah, my life was definitely me passa, but. Hopefully you have come to this well and you've enjoyed every sip of water. We can't plug any schedules, but but no, if you want to give back to the well, leave a review. That just shows that you respect me as a well. I have no emotions. I'm bottomless, but seeing the reviews, and they don't have to be reviews. You can do what Platitude did and say, "We're here for you, big guy. You got this." If you just put that, if I get more reviews like that, maybe I'll start to feel something inside. Maybe I'll start to feel something inside. And also, too, Platitude, get up with me because you get a free t-shirt, my friend. I will ship it out for free. You just slide in my DMs. It is wide the fuck open. And I am doing some dirty, dirty business in there. So please
make sure you, I don't know if there's subject lines anymore. Make sure you
make sure you put a subject line in there. It says, this is my shirt size. This is my mailing address. Give them a free t-shirt for leaving a review or encouragement.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to call them reviews or just encouragement. So whatever you want to do.
You need to state if this is or is not a sext message, please.
Please, and I will always see what that image is, even if you've protected it from me, Twitter. I'm just curious to see what kind of picture you sent me. I need to know. But what you need to know is Platitude is sitting on top of the Apple Podcast reviews. Keaton's is sitting on top of Stitcher.
There is something we could have talked about that we sort of grazed over, and something we've talked about doing next. Throughout WrestleMania somewhere, there is a commercial putting over the Big Show's new Netflix show.
Oh, absolutely.
The Big Show.
We should.
Which
looks cool.
It looks fun.
It looks great.
Like
it looks good.
A sitcom with the Big Show in it, and that will be what we are doing next. The Big Show Season 1. I
think that's what we're going to do next, for sure. Almost, I'd say 95%. Yeah. Probably 97%.
Something crazy would have to happen in between. Like, something different would have to come out that's insane.
Yes. So
AEW would have to put out an empty arena, whatever, they're all in real quick.
Yeah, whatever that is. But yeah, we'll definitely do the Big Show.
The Big Show.
Yeah, it looks fucking cool. We'll do that for our next episode. So go ahead and start watching that. Yeah. Go ahead and leave a review in the meantime. Yep. It's the only thing that makes me feel alive. Dane Riley.
I'm always living, brother. I feel great.
Okay.
Everybody, make sure you come on down to the Pump House. We got everything you need. We got benches. We got bars. You come in, we got it, baby.
To quote Michael Cole, to each your own.
Bye.
This has been another edition of How Did This Get Fucked?
Woo.